crazy shit happens to me today, tomorrow I'm already relieved from it. I'm already like it's straight.
Even with myself, like I had to learn that I can't, that's part of my nature too as a Capricorn, but I had to learn that I can't have no grudges. You know what I'm saying? Like I just have to just move forward. Move forward.
I mean, I'm an Aries, so I'm always like aggressive on shit, and like shit like that. But once I move from something, like that's it. I
always say it's some horn sounds, like, cause my fiance is a Taurus, so she got the same. It's the horns. You know, some of them horns. Hook is over, like it's
aggressive. You know what I'm saying? The first girl that ever broke my heart was a Taurus, and that shit sucked. That was like the first and last time that I let like a girl break my heart. You know that, because there was a saying once in a book that I was reading. It's called The Mastery of Love, and this guy was like, he didn't believe in love, and he like.
What's the name of the book?
The Mastery of Love. Some girl gave it to me. It's called Mastery of Love.
It came out recently, or
I don't know, man. I don't read a lot. I'm trying to get into reading.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to like
you know. But I don't know when it came out. But it's like it has like a red cover. It's raw. Like I started reading it and I got hooked. I read like 60-some pages the first day. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
right
that
there.
one.
So what it was in the book, it has this like kind of like, I don't know if the proper term's analogy, but it's like, it's a story, and then at the end it has the analogy. And it's like the guy doesn't believe in love. He runs into some girl at a park that was crying, and he asks her, "What's wrong?" No. And she's like, "Oh, this guy left me, whatever, and I don't believe in love. Oh, this guy left me, whatever, and like I'm sad."
Yeah.
So he started talking to her, and they became friends, and she had the same point of view as him. After what happened, she's like, "Oh, I don't believe in love either," and he's like, "Oh, that's perfect. We could be friends, whatever." So then they became best friends, roommates. Like I don't think they ever got intimate or none of that, but they were friends.
Yeah.
And then this guy left on a trip, and then he started missing her. So he calls her and he's like, they start talking. He's like, "Oh, I miss you." No. She's like, "I miss you too." So he's like, "I have this crazy thing to tell you, but I want to tell you in person." She's like, "All right." So he goes and he talks to her in person, and he tells her about, he's like, "I know this may sound crazy, but I think love may be real. What I feel for you may be love." And she's like, "I was thinking the same thing." And he's like, "Damn, so let's give it a shot." So then it became like, whatever, they fell in love, so to say, and they became like intimate partners, And then one day he was happy as fuck with his life, and he was out in the field gazing at stars. And one star suddenly became so big, and like he noticed that it was falling onto him. So he put his hands out, and the star fell in his hands. So he was so happy that the star was in his hand that he like couldn't wait to show her, So he runs to her, and he gets to her, and he's like, I have something to show you, all happy. She's like, "What is it?" So he's like, "Put your hand out." She puts her hand out, and with this star, which represents his happiness, he goes to put it in her hands, and she moves her hand. So the star falls and shatters on the floor. Damn. And that represents his happiness. And that represents you putting your happiness in someone else's hands, which that can't work.
That's some deep shit.
You know what I'm saying? Man. And that's some real shit, because
that's true though.
That's true, because look, if you don't love yourself and if you can't make yourself happy, how are you going to make someone else happy?
Exactly.
And if both of y'all are happy people and going into a happy relationship, even if my girl is to be sad and I'm like bringing her up, but she has to want to go up. Like, she has to want to be happy. You know what I'm saying?
I dealt with that. You can't carry. You
can't carry both.
Yeah.
Everybody, we got to play each other. You got to play the part. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're away from your girl, you got to know that she's good. You got to know that she's good, and you got to know that that's your girl, and you got to know that she's like, she knows you're good. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't carry someone else like that. You feel me? I mean, there's gonna be times you're gonna have to carry them.
Yeah, it's times.
Yeah, it's like that. That's how it goes. But for the most part, like, you both have to be, wanting to be happy as who you are for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much.
That's some real shit. I gotta get that book for us, man. But thank you, bro.
Thank
for
you,
being
man.
on the show, dog. Hey, man, this has been your boy DJ Anonymous with Sports Biz Music, the podcast.
Yes, sir.
We on Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, iTunes, Radio Public. We on majority of the platforms, man. But we out, man.
Yeah.